Welcome, my dear students, in the class of Moral Science. So, today we will go through the chapter number 2, that is contentment. Contentment means satisfaction. So, students, there are many more meanings of this, like contentedness, content, satisfaction, gratification, fulfillment, happiness, pleasure, cheerfulness, ease, comfort, well-being, peace, equanimity, serenity, and tranquility. So now, welcome to the story which is related to Gautam Buddha. So students, the life story of the Buddha begins in Lumbini, near the border of Nepal and India, about 2600 years ago, where the man Siddhartha Gautama was born. Once upon a time, in a happy kingdom of Kapilvastu, King Suddhodana and Queen Mahamaya found out they were going to have a baby. So, one day the queen saw the dream when her husband asked her that what you have seen while you were smiling while sleeping. Then she said that she experienced a beautiful dream that a white elephant with 6 tusks entering her body. The astrologer interpreted the dream as indicating that the prospective child was either to be a prophet or a great emperor. So the queen decided to go to his father's house. Now on the way, they came to Lumbini Gardens, where she gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, whom they called Siddhartha. Sadly, 7 days later, the queen died. A wise man named Kala Devala told the king that when Siddhartha grew up, he would see things that would make him unhappy and cause him to leave for the forest. The king therefore never allowed Siddhartha to go outside the palace gates. Siddhartha was a bright and happy child who was very caring and gentle. The prince grew up and became a young man. King Suddhodana got him married to the beautiful princess Yashodhara. The king hoped that once he was married, Siddhartha would never want to leave home. But Siddhartha was unhappy in the palace. Now, when he was 29, he had blessed with baby boy. He has given him name Rahu. Siddhartha was happy, but something was there which is not good at the inner side of his heart. So he wanted some satisfaction and he was not finding that satisfaction in his life. So students, for seeking of contentment, one day he told his servant Channa, "Let's go for a ride outside the palace." On the way, the prince saw a man bent with age. The prince had never seen an old man before. "What is that, Channa?" he asked. "This is an old man," said Channa. "We will all grow old one day, prince." The prince was very upset and went back to his palace. After a few days, Siddhartha went out again. This time he saw a very sick man who was crying out in pain. Siddhartha had never seen a sick man before, and so he asked Channa, "Why is that man crying?" "He is sick and is crying in pain," replied Channa. Again, Siddhartha was very upset and went back to the palace. The next time Siddhartha went out, he saw a group of people carrying a dead body. Channa explained to Siddhartha that he was seeing a dead person and said, "One day we all will die." Siddhartha realized that his father had kept him inside the palace to protect him from these things. He asked to himself, must we all become old, sick, and die? Is there no other way? Now Siddhartha went out again. This time he saw a man with a shaven head, wearing orange robes and carrying a bowl in his hand. The man looked very content. He asked Channa, who's that man? Channa said, that's wise man who had left everything and gone to the forest to seek happiness. Siddhartha thought over all the things he had seen. He then decided to leave home in search of happiness. Students, what is happiness? Happiness is something which makes us satisfied. So one night, while his wife and his son Rahul were fast asleep, Siddhartha, along with his faithful servant Channa, quietly left the palace. They travelled together till they crossed the river Anoma. There, Siddhartha took off his royal robes. He gave his clothes and his horse to Channa to take back to the palace. He then put on an orange robe, cut off his long hair, and set out with a bowl in hand. Siddhartha went from teacher to teacher asking, do you know the way to happiness? But nobody could tell him. Finally, he sat under a Bodhi tree and tried to find the answer by himself. Students, contentment is the art of being satisfied with who we are and what we have. So many days later, his quest ended. He had now become a wise man, and people called him Gautam Buddha. Buddha loved all animals and treated them with compassion. So finally, by then he had become an old man of 80 years, and at the place called Kushinara, he lay down below the sala trees and breathed his last. Students, Gautam Buddha has given us the Four Noble Truths and Eightfold Paths. In the Four Noble Truths, first is Dukkha, the noble truth of suffering. Means life is full of suffering, full of sickness and unhappiness. Although there are passing pleasures, they vanish in time. Now second one is Samudaya, the noble truth of the cause of suffering. Means people suffering for one simple reason. They desire things. It is greed and self-centeredness which bring about suffering. Desire is never satisfied. Now the third is Nirodha, the noble truth of the end of suffering. Means it is possible to end suffering if one is aware of his or her own desires and puts an end to them. This awareness will open the door to lasting peace. And the last is the fourth one, that is Magga, the noble truth of the path. Means by changing one's thinking and behavior, a new awakening can be reached. This is called the middle way and can be followed in the Eightfold Path. Students, in no particular order, the Eightfold Path of Buddhism teaches the following ideals for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and achieving wisdom. So, these are Eightfold Paths. Students, to understand this better, we have to understand these points. First is, let us not kill any living being. Let us not take what is not given to us. Let us not tell a lie. Let us not drink intoxicating drinks. Let us conquer anger by kindness and evil by good. We should always remember this, that hatred does not cease by hatred but only by love. This is the eternal rule. So, students, remember always that contentment is a satisfaction which we have to find in our inner selves. We don't have need to see it from outside and seek it from outside. Let's search it in your heart and you will get it. So, student, contentment comes when you are happy and satisfied. And this is the moral of the chapter also, that happy people build their inner world and unhappy people blame their outer world. So, students, never blame to anyone and be happy always and build your inner world. So, student, this was the end of the story named Contentment. So, if you have any problem in the chapter, so you have to go through the chapter again and listen it carefully what is told in the story. So, students, now do your question answers and exercises. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you, students. Bye bye.